Today's lesson is on the topspin forehand. Many times when I'm working with students, we go out and we hit a few balls just to see where they're at. And many times I see they're not hitting with topspin, so I say, hey, let me see you put a little topspin on the ball. And almost every time their swing changes dramatically and they start doing things like this, the Buggy Whip, the Rafa Nadal Buggy Whip. They start doing things like this. They start trying to come over the ball. They're using their wrist and their forearm. And that lets me know that they don't really understand what topspin is all about, how to get it, and how to hit it with power. And so what I'm trying to get at is that they think they have to do more than just swinging low to high. Low to high. If your racket is moving from low to high and it stays vertical in that contact zone, you're going to get topspin. And notice my racket is moving from low to high. And did I move my wrist or forearm? No. And I would get topspin with that kind of swing. And that's the kind of swing when you want to really hit the ball with some pace. You want to really drive it nice and deep. So you're swinging super fast, and you still may be aiming 3, 4 feet, 5 feet over the net, but that spin, depending on the angle that you swing up, if it's more of a horizontal angle, you're going to get topspin. But if you swing like with a more vertical, you're going to get even more topspin. But the bottom line is you want to step into the shot, and you don't want a buggy whip when you're going for power. And you certainly don't want to do the rollover, because when you're doing the rollover, you only have that one, boom, millisecond here where the racket's vertical, because all these are open, open, open. The ball's going to go long when the racket's open. Long, 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 boom. Okay, you hit that one in. So you've got that millionth of a second there. And then if you swing a little early, all your shots are going down, down, down into the net. So this is the biggest mistake I see. Remember too, I'm not saying never use the Buggy Whip. Okay, the Buggy Whip is a valuable tool, but it's used only in certain situations when your opponent is pushing you back and the ball is coming super fast. So you have to hit the ball a little late. You're not hitting it out in front as much, you're hitting it slightly late, and you're still trying to drive through, but the force brings the racket back over your head. You can use it also on short balls, low short balls. You can use that Buggy Whip to give you that spin and give you that lift over the net. And when you're on the run, you can also use it. But most of the time, if you have time, you want to step into the shot. You don't want to Buggy Whip, and when you step in, you really want to, just drive the ball with that topspin. So let me just show you a couple of angles and you'll see what I mean. Okay, so here's my contact point. My racket is vertical, and that's all you have to have. You want a vertical racket moving from low to high. Now, once you get here to the contact point, you're not thinking Buggy Whip, only on certain situations. Remember, you're trying to, let's say you have time, you're stepping into the shot, okay? So you're not going to come up. You certainly don't want to do that move because you remember you only have a millionth of a second when your racket is vertical. So when you make contact, you're driving through the shot. So it's like, here's contact. This is after contact. The racket's a little higher because the racket's going up. Now, once you get to here, you're going to relax the forearm and the wrist and come over the shoulder. And that's why players, or, recreational players, when they watch the pros and they see that wrist action, they see, they see this move and they think it's happening during contact. It's not. Trust me on this one, it's not happening at contact. This move happens after contact. Over here, you'll watch slow motion video of Federer and you'll clearly see his racket is vertical at contact. After contact, which is here, let's say, it's still vertical. He'll even drive it out to here. And then once he gets there, the ball is long gone. You've already made contact. So then the wrist and the forearm roll. But many, this is happening at such a high speed that all you see is this. That's all you see. So that's going to be key for you right there. Okay, so remember you want to step in, get your weight into the shot, get your forward movement into the shot so you can get more power, more drive, more depth on your shot. So the Buggy Whip is totally different where you're coming, even Nadal on that Buggy Whip, he will hit through the ball and then come up around. Okay, let's take a look at this Buggy Whip in slow motion. You're going to notice that the racket still goes forward slightly, but not as much when you step in. So right there, forward and then up around. You'll see it even more clearly in the next one. So because the racket is not going forward towards the target as much, you don't get as much power. See, it goes forward and then up around. Okay, here's a rear view. See, you can get a lot of spin. You can hit loopy shots. You get a lot of spin. But remember, even on that Buggy Whip, Nadal's going forward and then up around. But when you step in and the racket's driving forward and up at the same time, that's going to give you the power. Okay, let's look at a few where you step in right here. Okay, taking that step in, now I'm going to drive that racket forward. Contact forward, look at that racket. See how forward it's going. Look at my hitting shoulder. It's coming under my chin. Here again, just on a drop hit, I can generate decent power. Well, I hope you enjoyed that video. Please give me a like, give me a thumbs up, and keep those points in mind. Remember, you don't need excess movement with the wrist and the forearm. The key to remember is this: the racket moving low to high that gives you topspin. It's not the lower arm. If the lower arm does anything at all, it would flick up only. up only. Never try to come over the top. You're going to be very inconsistent if you're doing that. So give me a like, give me a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and all the best to your tennis success. Take care.